in 10 years, what would the what would the United States look like in an ideal Satanistic worldview?
So in 10 years, there would be an entire separation of church and state. There would be no religious influence in government at all. And people would be free to practice whatever they believe, whatever makes them happy, as long as they're not harming others.
Okay, so that's a good point you made. So, do you believe, like, back to abortion, as long as you're not harming others, so you don't believe that the baby is being harmed through abortion? Because you said a person that, it's a term you use about a person that is established person. So, do you believe, because you said it shouldn't be no limit, but you said a lot of other things would happen where it wouldn't have to go that far, like they wouldn't need an abortion. But when you said established person and you can do what makes you happy, that's what the question I have is, do you believe that that baby in the womb has rights, is an American citizen, or when do they start having rights? What month, or like how far down the line do they have rights?
Birth.
So as soon as they come out, then they have rights.
Yeah.
So it's like the moment before birth, they have no rights when they're still in the stomach.
I mean, that gets super nuanced because, like, first trimester, like, to me, that's not a person. I don't believe in souls, so I don't believe, like, this is, a specific being that needs to be brought into the world. Scientifically, I believe it's,
Bunch of cells and flesh.
Yeah, essentially.
Okay.
And there is that super tricky gray area of third trimester abortions where, like, some babies are viable outside of the womb at that point. However, like, if we had proper access to reproductive health resources, it would not even be a thing that we have to discuss. It wouldn't even be a question or a concern. And
I don't want to turn to a debate. I do, I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
So let's say I think between 85 and 90% of the abortions are elective, meaning it's it's nothing. They didn't get raped. It wasn't incest or any of that. It's because, oops, so they say 90% of that, if you wore a condom, it would already be solved. So what's your thing with that? Or like, what's your response to that? If 90%, say the facts are right, if 85, 90% of the abortions are elective, like people choose to have it just because they didn't want a baby, what is your,
Yeah, I mean, I think people should make that choice for their own bodies. Condoms fail. Pretty much everything but a hysterectomy fails. You can get your tubes tied and they can grow back together. You can be as safe as you want. And unfortunately, we're at a stage where we don't have the science to entirely prevent pregnancy, even if you're super careful. If you have a uterus and you're having sex with someone that is able to inseminate you, like, there is no sure, like, fail-safe method to prevent pregnancy, whether that's condoms, IUDs, or tubal ligations.